Welcome to Tom Crown Tonight. Today's main story, John Oliver. Last night put out an episode on cryptocurrency, his second ever. I believe the last one was 5 years ago where he went more in depth on blockchain, the technology, etc. You guys are welcome to have your own opinion on him, but I personally love John Oliver. I love his kind of like trolling in all directions at once. Doesn't really, I mean, you guys can say he leans in one direction or the other, and I'm sure he does, but his content is very balanced, very fact-oriented, less opinion. Highly recommend you check it out. It was a good watch. I really wanted to go over it today and kind of go through his sections, but I'm worried about copyright and the fair use policy. It doesn't really exist. So maybe I can get in touch with them. If anyone from last week tonight sees this, reach out to me. I love you guys. Comment it on Twitter. It's a good watch. I'll put the link in the video description then. I forgot. So let's get into the simples. First of all, this channel is sponsored by Fairdesk, Femex, and Marketcipher. All of the links I'm about to talk about in the video description below. So check them out. Sign up using my link. It will help support the stream. Costs you nothing. You'll get some bonuses. It's a win-win-win-win. It's a triple win. Rare triple win. Let's jump into our own stuff. Crownanalysis.com. We got a lot of new articles up. Great writers. If you're interested in writing, let us know. Check this site out, though, for your daily news articles about cryptocurrency, markets, finance, and more. Shout out to everyone who's been contributing. Don't forget, subscribe to our channel, of course, and check out the shorts. YouTube refuses to show these to people. Maybe if more of our subscribers watch them, it'll show them to people. I don't know. They got millions of views on TikTok and on YouTube. You can see here, some have under 1,000. I don't know. And one extra little surprise, some of you might remember from the other stream. So jump into that. Follow me on Twitter, and we're done with the shilling here. Link in the chat. Follow me to Bitcoin 23 in Miami. Going to be a great time. NFT Talon, early May. If you're in the EU, join me there. And now we're actually going to get into the content. So let's jump in. Last time we were live on Friday. I hope you guys had a great weekend, by the way. I had a great weekend. I stayed away from the charts and nothing really happened. Thank you, Bitcoin. Our fractal, our beloved fractal, is in peril. I have actually seen since a few other analysts point out something similar, and we'll take a look at that today that might argue maybe we were looking on too small of a time frame, that maybe we'll see this pan out on a bigger time frame. We'll jump into that and see what we can determine and if that is in fact the case. I will say one thing, the invalidation or RIP fractal line at 27.2 does seem to be holding pretty well. We spent basically all weekend consolidating above it, wicked down actually right before the stream, and thankfully it didn't continue dumping. At least not yet, knock on wood. Let's do some of our macro stuff. We'll pull up our investing.com. They don't sponsor us. It's reset my filters as it seems to do. Like every time I use this, it trolls the crap out of me. I can do them very quickly here, though. This week, the week ahead, as it is Monday, we should be looking forward to what's to come. We see some interesting numbers. It looks like coming out tomorrow, building permits, consumer confidence, new home sales, not ones that I particularly pay attention to. Wednesday, core durable good orders. That's always a big one. Crude oil inventories, not one I really like nor bother with. Thursday, these are the biggies. So if we do see action this week, Thursday may be the day we're looking for on the 27th. GDP quarter over quarter, going to be reporting in what the growth in the U.S. looked like over the first 3 months, being forecast at 2%, down from the previous 2.6%. Will that number continue to show weakness in GDP growth? Something tells me no, actually. My prediction would be that we will see a higher than expected GDP growth this quarter, simply because all markets seem to be bouncing. They seem to be rebounding, gaining a little traction after literally just down last year. Friday, core PCE price index. That's a biggie. We will be live that day and we will cover it. These all lead up to the biggest, most important day of our entire lives. Not actually, but maybe for me. 1 week and 2 days to go until Mr. Chirp Pow. Can I get a chirp pow in chat? will join us for a live stream. The market's now looking for a 25 BPS. Not a huge change as of last stream. The really only difference is the confidence seems to be growing for the 25 versus the 0 BPS. Interesting. If we do see 25, as we see 90% probability, the Fed will be knowingly collapsing or making more banks insolvent. And of course, all banks are insolvent just by the mechanism of which they function, lending out money that doesn't exist. But that's going to be interesting. We will be live. That's May 3rd. You better be here. Mark your calendars. Let's look at the trades. So on FEMX, I still have my same long order open. There's nothing changed here. I don't really feel any differently about this Q1 2023 long that I took right at the beginning of the year. It's still in heavy profit, 400%. We did cut or snip a little bit of that off for a nice $3,000 profit, and that just remains open for now. My stops are unmoved, looking for under 19,000 to stop that long out. That would be March's low. Despite the chart, and especially the weekly close, which we'll have to go over, not looking so hot today, I don't know. Man. I'm not convinced yet. We do have a poll going. Is Bitcoin dumpy or pumpy? Is the dumpy over? Is the pumpy coming or no? Vote in the poll. Let me know what you guys think. No changes here. Over to Fair Desk. Shout out to Fair Desk. We do have, zoom it in. The short still open. Same thing as that trade on FEMX. I did cut the position basically in half, TP'd it. It is still open for a nice 50% still. You can see realized 631, unrealized 641. So that short plus the long, pretty good condition to be in. I'm not sweating it here. Right before the stream, we can even see on the chart in front of us, we did hit a new low in the range. So we'll take a look at that right after. Of course, I'm not going to skip over. You guys were here last stream. I can't just skip over it. I love admitting my losses. I think it's the best content. Over here on our other exchange that doesn't sponsor us, I did take a kind of degen long, maybe a little revenge trade in the last live stream. And it definitely was sketchier, I'd say, even just 15 minutes ago. I was thinking, man, I'm about to lose some money. But that is still open. It is down 7%. There has not been any change, basically because price hasn't moved since the last stream. I thank that. Because, man, this stuff does get overwhelming at times, and you really just need some downtime, at least every once in a while. Let me get some tunes going. You probably can't hear them. But there we go. I'm losing a trade too. It's I don't always win. I'm not always right, guys. Trading is gambling in many senses. It is risky. Most people lose money. My goal here today is to go through the charts, let you know what I'm seeing as through my eyes of analysis and my experience, what I've learned along the way, and I hope that that helps you grow as an investor and a trader. I don't offer financial advice, nor should you take it from me. You've seen me lose money live on stream many a times. In fact, this account that we're looking at right now, down from $2,000 earlier this month, and down from March's open. It had $1,000. We got up to $2,000 earlier in the month, and now down to $800. And we're sitting in a loss on a long here. So yeah, I lose money. It's okay. It's part of trading. Anyone who says they don't lose money when they trade, they only win, yeah, they're LARPing. They're LARPing. They're trying to sell you a bag of goods. They're trying to snake oil salesman you. So, yeah, keep your eyes open. We'll take a look at this fractal. There's some other things on our radar today, of course. We'll rehash PEPE token because it's still kind of trending. Ethereum taking a dive along with Bitcoin here. Absolutely going to take a look at that. Bitcoin dominance, not a lot has changed, but we'll probably peek at it. And then I don't have much else planned. I kind of wanted to talk about the John Oliver episode, but I don't really know how to go about it, unfortunately. I did make some little short clips, but I don't even know if I can show those. Yeah, HBO, does anyone know? Are they super aggressive with copyright? Because it's like, I know like Disney is. It really does come down to the copyright owner. Like, if someone uses my content, I can choose to allow them to. Once I get a copyright notification, I don't have to punish them. Hopefully, I would think John Oliver would be cool with it, but I'm not going to roll the dice here. I watched it twice because I wanted to remember some of it so I could just bring it up verbally. But now that we're live, of course, the thoughts escape me. So We're going to jump into the charts here, and what I ask of you guys, please engage with the stream. Smash the like button, smash the subscribes, share, vote in the poll. If you're on a mobile device, you might see the new reactions button. Send some reactions throughout the stream. I have to plug these in. Crap, I've been listening to too many tunes. Basically, just engage. Engage with the stream. That shows YouTube you're enjoying it, and then YouTube says, let's show this to some new people, and that's how we keep growing. You all are the GOATs. Last but not least, Discord. Get your butts in there. We'll be doing a live airdrop of sats. I'll make you all Bitcoin holders by the end of the day if you're in there. So, let's orient ourselves. I'm going to read the chat briefly. I'm not going to shout everyone out because I realize that's just a really long time to get through. But I do want to shout out the people who are engaging right now, like TND, David Brum, Craig Tennessee, of course, always brother, Frosted Flake, Carthago, Delenda, 420 Bud Monsters, Xander, Maggie Games, our queen, Maggie. Loading name Benjamin Smith. Who else is here? Edward, Carrie C. If you're here, put something in the chat. Especially if you were gifted a membership from Lord Jarkey himself, and we do have a special Lord Jarkey emoji in there. Put some emojis in the chat. Get hype. Get rocking and rolling. What's up, Dufresne? Andy Dufresne. Crypto Needs Red Bull Mobile. Folsom. CG Genius. Brian. Weldrick, how you doing, bro? Kuba. Fletcher, my man. William. Sweaty Dave LT. Rock Traveler. Dave Digital. Pickle. Our man Pickle. Curtis Neal. And Mr. Andy Walk. All the boys. All the boys. All the girls. All the boys. We're all here. I love it. I love it. I hope you guys are hyped for the FOMC meeting. I can't wait. I cannot wait for Cher Pow. We may see Tom Pow as well. I don't know. He's hard to get, man. You got to go through like 6 agents to get to him. So, shall we assess the charts? Looking sexy. Ooh, like it on. Little warm today. Went with the sleeveless. It was a bold call. This was our fractal we were looking at. Is it broken? I don't like to move the goalpost. I don't like to kind of say, oh no, but we actually were right. I don't like to move the goalpost. We were looking for this to repeat. Did that repeat? Well, no. They don't look the same. But does that mean that it's over? Maybe not. Maybe not. Man, I should have done more research. So, someone sent me a link, and I did see the creator's take on this. And I thought I understood it. But essentially what they were looking for was, the claim was that this hasn't played out yet, this fall. That this fall we're seeing right now is like, what was it? Into a higher low and down? Crap. Well, there goes the content right out the window. Basically, they were looking for it on a larger time frame. Now, I don't know if I agree with that now that I'm rehashing. I might have to go back and look at their content again. When I looked at it originally, it made sense. But now I don't really see what they were going for. I think the claim essentially was that this was just the beginning of the fall, that it was looking to return perhaps it was something like this, and that this fractal that we were looking for in a very small time frame was actually painting out on this bigger time frame. And that would then suggest, okay, well, you can't break your low, but I just don't find that to be valuable information. If we're below 19.5, if we're below the sell-off down here in March, I don't think we need a chart or a fractal to tell us that, you know, we're in trouble, right? I guess my objection as well, and now I'm just speaking based on what I'm seeing here, is this isn't similar to this. Where would the similarities be? If anybody knows, let me know. It was blockchain backer, I believe. Someone commented on Twitter about it, and I looked at it and I was getting ready, and I was like, actually, that's not too bad. But maybe that was my quick take, and maybe it wasn't really quite right. But we'll see. Life goes on. So our fractal is in trouble. It does not look the same. Something of interest, though, is it does seem to be kind of holding this level. Now, this may just be further distribution before a move to the downside. And I think a logical thing to do here, even though I should make a new chart, is let's just look at our retracement using our low to our high and our Fibonacci extension tool. Our 1618 extension sitting down there, 24,000. That would be a pretty dandy target if we break 26.5. However, I think people have already forgotten. I think they've already forgotten, and this may be a good thing that they've forgotten. You may recall everyone and their mom, and even their grandma, everyone talking about the 200 weekly moving average. Incredibly important to the Bitcoin chart. Very historical. In fact, people used to basically just say, wait for the 200 to hit. There's no point of even really doing anything. Why are you not playing music? You're breaking my vibe, music. Oh, these probably turned off. Is that why? That'd be why. Okay. It feels like people have already kind of forgotten this 200 weekly moving average. I'm not seeing it in TA anymore. I'm not seeing everyone looking at it. And that to me is a good thing. On the way up, this was uncontested, the line in the sand between the bulls and the bears. It's like, oh, as long as we're below 200, we're pretty bearish. And I even agreed. However, I did believe we would break it and move it above it. We have done that since. And what it seems like is that everyone's kind of forgotten about it. That's sitting at 25.8. I don't know why I would be looking for a lower target than 25.8 while we're above it. It does not, by any means, have to be back tested as support. It doesn't, by any means, have to hold. Not plugged. Huh, that's not good. I just got the low battery while they're plugged in. That's a bad sign. Maybe I'll have to go no music today. But it seems like they've forgotten, and so maybe that becomes a more likely scenario. It is a decent price to look at, something I like without even using indicators, without even using tools or lines, is looking to the left. Our low of March at our consolidation here at 26.5. Basically, we've been looking at a lot of smart money concepts or inner circle trading stuff lately, and it's been one of my joys, actually, of my technical analysis journey. I haven't had anything really impact my trading quite the same in the last few years, more so than inner circle trading's concepts. Basically, what we may see or be looking for is a liquidity sweep at these lows, engineering liquidity on the way down, and this is reminiscent of all of 2021. Just down, 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 no bounce down. And when this happens, I don't even know what concept it is, but essentially what the market's doing is engineering liquidity and creating trapping positions or baiting positions, and down to the 200 weekly wouldn't be a bad spot. You would basically run any long positions opened since the break of the 200, likely a significant amount. We did not look at funding today. That might be, I might pull that up. Actually, what is funding telling us? What we want to see, if we want this to hold, if we want to be bullish, what we want to see is price continue to do this bleed, and then we want funding to be very negative. I have some bad news. Funding doesn't look crazy negative. There is, Coingecko always seems to be smoking something, but not the good green. I don't know what they're smoking, something red. They're almost always not in alignment with the rest of the market, but we do see some positive or overly aggressive long positions opening. Something that I'll take, though, with a grain of salt. Binance, the highest volume exchange, slightly negative funding. This is going to be more impactful than, let's say, whatever the heck Coinex is. But across the board, pretty neutral. Doesn't look like the predicted funding has much change in the next funding round. And so no real read there. That's a bummer. But if we continue to fall down to the 200 or even below, we definitely want to see very aggressive shorts opening. That can set us up for a solid squeeze and move to the upside. So for now, Fractal, hang in there, buddy. I have an alert set very close to price or just underneath the wick low today. I do like, though, on the 4-hour candles, we haven't had a close below. It does seem like the market is really kind of debating if it wants to lose this level or not. Seems reluctant. That fall down, pretty spicy. The fall down from the 31 range was pretty savage. Like I said, just down. A really brief bounce to the back test of where we were looking for the fractal to be in danger, rejected as resistance, but I'll say for now, we do have support sitting here at 27.2. That's why I haven't closed my long. I'll probably regret that later. But we do see a slowing of momentum. We don't see that same kind of just blood waterfall that we saw on the way down here. It seems like the market is pausing, is considering its next move. So at the moment, we don't really have much to go on. We'll jump into a little closer, more zoomed in charts. I do want to bring this up again because we never hide when we're wrong or right here on this channel, because that's not what it's about. I don't care when I'm wrong. I'd prefer to be right, but I don't care when I'm wrong because that's just how trading goes. we were looking for this pattern. It did play out beautifully. Didn't quite hit our 32,000 target. I don't think it's off the board or off the table yet. However, something I don't like, and we did discuss this, I think, on last Monday's stream. We are below this trend line. So if we look at the bullish megaphone pattern, we do see ourselves. My camera froze. That's weird. I didn't use the snipping tool, though. I swear. I swear it. Son of a... Well, hey, guys. Hey, guys. I can try to troubleshoot it quick. Or I could just upload another image of me. That's so effing weird. Was it right as I changed scenes? Was it when the scenes changed? When did it freeze? Because we had solved this problem. We had solved the riddle. My face is frozen. Actually, I just had a really serious stroke. No, I did not. And strokes are not funny. When did it freeze? 19 min in. That's so weird. Because we had figured this out. Anytime I used the snippet tool. Literally, anytime I used the snippet tool. It would freeze. And so I was like, oh, that's why, right? Well, it doesn't seem to be that way. Nope, and it doesn't want to reset. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to do one of those streams where I just kind of hide my face. And maybe I'll troubleshoot that in a little bit. But for the moment, yeah, let's just keep on pushing through. Don't love this. We talked about this possibility. I believe we were actually above the trend line, but falling back below the trend line is bad enough as it is. And if we zoom in, these are 12-hour candles, we see that price came back to test it, and that's where it rejected again. So this is an ugly setup by all means. There's similar to the last stream on Friday when I said there's really nothing bullish going on. This is nothing bullish going on. This is a setup potentially for further downside. We will jump into some lower time frames and some more analysis, but I just kind of wanted to go over the concepts we have been looking at, and there they are. There they are. Poop. What is happening? I'm so confused. I thought we had it figured out. Because, yeah. Anyway, moving on. Total crypto market cap closed its weekly candle. Then we should do Bitcoin first, but we'll do total. Total closed its weekly candle at a level we didn't want to see. We talked about this as well. 1.14 trillion. This was the weekly close back in August, and it remained our high all the way. Giggity, our high. Smash the like button if you want to see our highs broken. It remained our high for 217 days until mid-March. We did close above it, had some continuation, and basically wiped out a month's worth of sideways in one candle. Total crypto market cap closed almost 10% down last week. Our beautiful new candle here has broken the previous low, but is just a doji chilling at the moment. Let's see what Marketcipher B has to say. Marketcipher B. It has nothing to say because I don't know. It's just, I guess it's a stream of issues. Just having a technical difficulties stream. Sure. Well, guess not, right? Guess not. What can we do? Let's see if this remedies some of it. Something. Jeez, can't catch a break. I'm not gonna lie, we've had some kind of technical difficulty almost every stream. I think that means Tom needs to actually sit down and devote some time to fixing this crap. Let's get rid of everything on our chart. Let's get rid of that. Let's zoom out to the weekly close. Yeah, let's go to the monthly. Let's get some perspective. And hopefully now it will allow me to add. There we go. That worked. Haha, at least I fixed something. See, I can do it. All right. Zooming out to the monthly on Coinbase's chart. Not as beautiful as it was. Last month was a very strong close after finally pushing past monthly resistance at 23.4. We had a monstrous March with a 23% gain. Now an uncomfortable potential horned top here in April. We do have 6 days to go. I still remain bullish for this going into May. I think if we're gonna see a real sell-off, it likely is in May. But at the same time, we've talked about it. People keep saying sell in May and walk away. That seems to be common knowledge now, and markets just have this way of making common knowledge not so successful. Would not surprise me to see a mix up in the next 6 days. But we do have strong monthly support down in the 23s. It was not tested, nor does it have to be. If we look back to the previous bear market turned bull, we did back test some monthly supports like the 10,000 area right before we ran up, but we never came back. We never came back to like 14 or 13.8. And I remember on the way up, I was saying, well, it's likely if you missed it that you'll get a shot at 14. Never came. So we don't have to. We don't have to come back, but we absolutely can. And if we do see significant selling and we push below the 200 weekly, not a bad spot according to the weekly to look for some kind of, or monthly, according to the monthly for some kind of support. On to the week. We had the shortest lived green money flow ever on the week, and man, that actually sucks. That does suck. We were looking for a sell-off, but I did not expect it to impact the chart quite so harshly. That is quite an ugly close. Bearish engulf on the weekly. Honestly, guys, I talk about kind of bearish engulf, bullish engulf, candlestick patterns. I mean, there's many ways to do analysis, and as I say, there's no only one right way. I think that real traders are dynamic and are always kind of looking for new edges, looking for new perspectives. So rarely, I feel, do engulfing candles seem to play out. Like back here in February, nice solid green bullish engulfing weekly, 3 weeks of red. March 13th, giant green bullish engulfing candle, 3 weeks of sideways. And maybe I'm arguing this because now it's a bearish engulfing and my bias is always bullish. I always lean that way, just so you guys know. But I just don't really trust them. Like here we had a bearish engulf on the week. We didn't really go farther down. We did somewhat, but it's not the signal that when I was learning trading, I thought it meant. You know, like bullish engulf, it's like, oh, let's go. Really inconsistent, at least on the Bitcoin chart. We can look back and see some very consistent examples, like July, bullish engulf, boom, went to a new high. September, bullish engulf, went to a new high. But then, yeah, you go before that, and bearish engulf led us to a new high. It almost seems like the engulfs only play out in reverse of sentiment, almost. Interesting. I'm just kind of formulating this in my head right now. Sentiment was very bearish here. This bullish engulf, boom, brought us up. Sentiment was actually very low again mid-September. We got a bullish engulf, brought us to a high. And in the inverse, see, I'm fair and balanced. When sentiment was very bullish, we got a bearish engulf, but it brought us higher. So it does seem like maybe they go against sentiment more often. Love to hear your guys' thoughts. I'm really just spitballing. If we look at it in a bubble, this weekly bearish engulfing close, very ugly, not what we wanted to see. Obviously, money flow rolling back to red immediately, not what we wanted to see. Really, that candle has thrown some wrenches in our gears here. Let's turn to the 2 week. We haven't looked at the 2 week maybe ever. No, we have. We haven't in a long time. I haven't, certainly. And let's see, maybe it has something else to tell us. 2 week closed as well on Sunday. And interesting, the 2 week also closed a bearish engulf with a very nasty, very bearish top wick. What about Marketcipher B? Marketcipher B is not bullish on the 2 week. Poop. Not what I was hoping to see. Not at all. 24.3, kind of that previous resistance consolidation there. 24.3, 24. So far, not loving what we're seeing. Let's look at the 3-day, because this is one of the few where I have seen a bullish trend. One of the time frames, a bullish trend since the start of the year that has not been broken. When this breaks, or if this breaks, I think that will be a very bad sign. But we look at money flow, it's been a very consistent higher high, higher low scenario that's still in play. We have not broken any of the previous lows, despite now VWAP pointing down and momentum. I'm going to watch this. If we see this move below the previous low, that is likely going to be my signal to close long positions. Not necessarily jump out of spot, but to close long on if I'm on any leverage. I think the 2-day. It's interesting. The 2-day also very reflective of the 3-day. A little bit more bullish. We have a higher high recently. VWAP is a little bit less bearish. R size coming down to the 1. The 1 day. Okay, cool. So on the last stream, we said the 1 day was pretty bearish, along with almost every other time frame that we looked at. And it still is, but it's doing what we had hoped. So we said this is bearish. It wasn't the 0 line then, momentum, and that was a little bit more hopeful. But we said VWAP is looking to roll over, and luckily it looks like money flow did not really reach a new low. We didn't see more intense or faster exiting of the flow of money versus our previous sell-off in March, April. Not in great condition. The only things I like about it is we don't have a lower low. That could still happen, but as long as we hold on to this higher low and VWAP continues to move towards the 0 line, we can hope for some kind of reversal. We can hope. Down to that 12, bad boy. Down to the 12, one of my favorite time frames, and it's not delivering what I want it to. Money flow did roll over. We are in red. And we do have a signal here that it's looking to roll over. We broke our low, but this is a pretty ugly VWAP. It did not manage to break a higher high, and money flow is already moving back down. So far, not so good, fam. So far, not so good. 6 hour is ugly as anything. Ugly as anything. The 6 hour kind of looks like another leg down. 4 hour still in full-on bearish mode, huh? Dang. I was hoping the sideways trading of this weekend, I was really hoping would slow down some of these bearish signals that we were seeing on our last stream on Friday, and it has not, unfortunately. We have to go all the way down to the 2 hour to get anything that's really hopeful, and that's we have lower highs. We may expect to see this roll over, but that's just really not enough to get me confident. Today's bull bear meter is going to be maybe a 6 out of 10 or 6 out of 9 bears. That's a pretty bearish rating. 6 out of 9. Down to the low time frames on the hourly. Not a lot of hopium there either. We do have kind of 2 swings of momentum that haven't returned to the 0 line, so we might expect some upside in the short term, but it does not look significant yet. Strong close just 3 minutes ago while we were live. That's probably even what we were looking at. I don't trust this bullish engulf here. The same way I wasn't trusting the bearish engulf from the week earlier. Not what I was hoping to see. 30. Nothing. We can't catch a break. 2 streams in a row. All right, 15, little rollover. So that does line up maybe with the hourly. But man, this is slim pickings for the bulls right here. 5 minutes showing a little bit of upside, but I don't like this pattern zoomed in. I don't like it. Let's really take a peek at this. How far did this bounce bring us? How far back? Very shallow retracement, not even back to the 0.5. That's tough. 1 minute kind of looks topped out for its little, I don't know, expansion. We haven't done this in some time. 27.1. Now that's not a very large price move from where we are right now. It's about 1%. This is probably, I don't even like to use the word realistic, but this is my my guess. This is my guess. That price is going to look to come back to this range, maybe while we're live. This is just not a strong pattern. Yeah, slightly higher high. A fall off that breaks your lows. So what happened here is a story. Price moved up, hit a lower high. Bears pushed it down. They were able to drive down through the previous low. Looking back, we can't actually see it. Stopping out positions, baiting in shorts. And then what did they do? They drove it back up, basically to where it fell. Broke it again. And this is just not the energy that I would like to see here. After we broke this high, I would have preferred to see a return to the previous high into our golden retrace 618 area. That's around 27.6. This does not have, or doesn't appear to have, that upside energy that I'm looking for. like April just like took the sapped the energy out of the trend. It feels. Like inverted. This does look a little bit better, but you can see I highlighted this area here. It's just a simple retracement. So if we invert it, we see potentially a neckline establishing with a return to that 27,185 to 27,133 zone. If support's found there, we could see a head and shoulders play out. But I'm really just not getting that vibe right now. Not getting that vibe at the moment. I don't know about you guys. I might give a shot at restarting the camera here in a moment. Let's pull up Ethereum. Let's pull up the Ethereum. Let's take a peek at its BTC pair first, as it is, in my opinion, the most important part of it. No, this isn't the... This is the old chart. Or the not old chart, I don't know. Too many charts. Where's the one that we did the other day? I'm having trouble. Struggle busing. This isn't it. Alright, last try. Last try. While I fumble live, embarrassingly, continue smashing the like buttons, engage with the chat. I don't know. Roll one up, crack a brew, keep it going. There we go. So we were basically looking at Ethereum against Bitcoin, and this is important. I mean, I think it's of utmost importance, but mostly because this is how the entire market used to trade, only against Bitcoin essentially, and this is how OGs probably still look at the market. I know I do. And the thing about it is OGs that are still here, in general, not myself, I'm not quite OG enough, are the ones with large capital and large positions. So we identified this downtrend and we said, well, it's likely that we test it again. We have rejected from it 3 times already. It will weaken each time we test it, but at the moment, just what we were seeing that day with the bearishness with price action, we were looking for a test of that trend line and then a move to a lower low. And the only actual reason was, well, the bearishness we saw, but also this is essentially the pattern that we have been watching it do. We see it reject from the trend, hit a low, into a lower high, into a lower low, touching the trend and moving to the next leg down. That's what we saw again here, provided it continues, breaks to a lower low, and returns to the trend. I would say if this does play out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th test, probability of breaking it does, I mean, the way I see it at least, the probability of it breaking through is greater. But ideally, if you're a big Ethereum holder, you really just want to see it hold here and break out of this pattern. Now, let's see if the USD pair has anything for us. We did get riggedy wrecked on our last little scalpy long. This was actually old. This is from a few streams ago. But I'll leave it there. And we said we're looking for like 1910. Might be a place to scalp. We were not, well, we were right. It was a place to potentially scalp, but that trade was not a winner. He said, but if that area breaks, we'll likely then look to test our major previous resistance. What's up, Devin, my man? Is that the first subscriber? First subscriber of the stream. Devin, the real dude 07. What's up, man? Good to have you here. My camera's usually on. Usually. It froze. I'm going to see if I can get it back up after Ethereum. But we were looking for 1910 to hold, and we said if it didn't, we're likely looking to return to the major previous resistance. And in my book, that's 1772. This was the area that Ethereum just seemed to struggle to get up to. Similar to Bitcoin on the way up through the 200 weekly. Hit it, pulled back scarily, and then finally moved above. Ethereum spent a bunch more time. But we did have a backtest on the daily, however, yeah, that's more threatening. Another test weakening this as potential support here. I'm going to move that. Why is this here? There we go. I'm going to change this to green because technically it is support still. That's likely where we're looking, especially if Ethereum continues to move down against BTC. 1770 prime target. You can see I have an alert set there. I'm definitely paying attention to that number. And it's just the next hope for support. I wonder if Ethereum looks any better. Let's look at its its monthly quick. Interesting, Ethereum's still holding on to a green monthly candle, just shy though. 1820 will change that if it trades lower. Ethereum structure honestly is just not the same as Bitcoin's. On the chart, just to me doesn't really look the same. And we can even see that exaggeration here on this green monthly candle. Marketcipher B is a little bit more bullish on it though. Our weekly close mirroring Bitcoin here. Is this a bearish engulf? Not according to Coinbase. I'm curious if maybe on Binance, is it, sometimes you'll see these weekly closes differ. Nope, same thing. Okay. That's probably good news. So Ethereum standing out here against Bitcoin. Standing out here against Bitcoin with a slightly, and I mean slightly, stronger close. Just ever so slightly. I do believe it's actually a further drawdown on the week. Oops. Oh, is that the sound of crypto Santa Claus? My man Jarky, I emailed you back, brother. I emailed you back, just so you know. No pressure. You don't gotta get back to me on your own time, but I emailed you back. Looking forward to your correspondence, my sir. Thank you for the 50 gifted bro memberships. This man. Make some hype for this man. Make some hype for Jarky. I'm going to let some of these play actually, and you guys hype up. I'm going to see if I can get my camera actually working. Give me 1 second while some of these play. Don't go anywhere. Keep hyping. So keep it up. Actually, I figure I can still talk while I do this, huh? Listen, camera, listen. I almost thought it was working for a second because I popped up, but no. Alright, I'm going to try the one thing that occasionally works, and that's turning the camera off, taking the battery out, disconnecting it from my computer, waiting a minute. Oh, you're ready. You're ready. Let's go. LFG for Jarky. Put those emojis in the chat, boys and girls. Let's show him some love. Right. Plugged it back in. Do this crazy order of operations of putting the battery back in, giving it a second, turning it back on, praying to the camera goats, that they will bless us. Oh, they blessed us. They blessed us. Oh, they blessed us. All right, it works, sir. And you're ready. This quick. Oh, it did work. Give me 1 second. We're actually going to be able to get video back. I'm at a loss now. I thought we had it figured out. I thought we nailed it. I was like, yeah, we got it. We got it. They know. We figured it out. Problem solved. Nope. I think I might have to get a new camera, but I really don't think it is the camera. Almost ready. Not quite as ready as all of you that receive memberships, but I'm getting there. Give me uno momento, por favor. And we, the poor rebels, they'll find that the shield generator is fully operational. There we go. There we go. Speaking of ready, we are ready. Let's see. We're back, baby. It's a miracle. That does not always work. Somehow it did. I would bet. I'd bet you $1 freezes again. I don't know at this point. What's the bar, man? What's up, everybody? Jarky, I have lost count of how many you have gifted. Let's see. 50, 50, 250, 150, 150, 150. My man, Jarky Santa Claus. Is it 150? It's hard to tell from my end. Guys, this man, double. You'll notice every time that I add the camera back, you get the double audio. It's because whenever the camera gets added back, it adds the camera's audio source, which I wish I could just rip out of the device. Why would I ever want that? Thank you for tipping me off, though. I caught that quick. Kind of a cool sound effect, though. Sounds like a cheap game show. Well, yeah, we are akin to a cheap game show. Jarky, my brother, thank you. Thank you for your generosity. The community thanks you. I don't really get anything from the memberships, but you guys do. Audio wrecked. It shouldn't be reverbing anymore. Should it be fixed? Is it fixed? I know there's a little delay. Still. Cheap video game. Okay, there we go. Is it good now? At this point, I have so many. Oh, I can remove these. Oh, son of a bee. Okay. That was a close one. All right. All right. Thank you. You guys helping me. I'm going to send you guys. You guys can invoice me for the help. I muted it. I don't know. It just decided to unmute. It unmuted. You can hear PC fan. Yep. So that's why we use this mic. This room does not have good acoustics. This mic is hooked into all kinds of like AI crap, and it filters out. It changes the acoustics. A lot goes on behind the scenes. Appreciate you. I know it's really hard to listen to the double audio. Actually, I don't know what I'm doing. Where was I? I was getting hyped for Jarky. Good to be back. I had to real quick pop out. Actually, everything that was just said, you'll have to catch me up. That was all just AI generated. I just turned on ChatGPT. It just did the charts for me and stuff. We're back. Devin is. If you're out there and you haven't subscribed, are you really going to allow Devin, the real dude? Are you you're really going to allow him to be the only one that subscribes to the stream? You're not going to help your boy Devin out. Join him, fam. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, vote in the poll, chat in the stream, put some emojis in. If you'd like to be eligible to get one of the memberships that are gifted out by our Santa Claus or Santa Jarky, make sure you've enabled them. I don't know why you have to enable them, but you do. When you join the stream, and YouTube says the more you engage with the live stream, the more likely you are to be the recipient. So get that engagement on. That means like, subscribe, vote, share, chat. And if you just got some emojis, put them on in. I love these emojis, man. We're still working on them. Still working on some. If you have ideas of what we should have for emojis, there is a place in the Discord that you should be in where you can make suggestions and even submit your own that you've made if you think they're good enough. And the bar is very low. Although we've gotten super quality submissions, the bar is very low. I don't want to have just a bunch of coins. Like, I love Litecoin, but I don't need it as an emoji. ADA, HBAR, SHIB. We can replace those. We just need some creativity. The bar is very low. The camera froze. We had double audio. The bar is very low, fam. Very, very low. I hope I can still bring you the highest quality content, even though the bar is so low. Thank you for putting up with me. Need a Michael Saylor emoji. Not a bad idea, Oliver, actually. That's not a bad one. Can we get a V-shaped recovery on AVAX? I hope so. I would get a V-shaped recovery everywhere. Branded accounts cannot get gifts. Frosted Flakes. I heard that before. What is a branded? What does that mean? You'd think I would know, right? Isn't my account a branded account? But I've been gifted them before on other channels. I don't get it. I don't get it. Yep. Shout out to Maggie. I love that emoji. I love the little kissy face sunglasses. Love it. Vaxar hate speech. What? Okay, this is a strange name. What's up, Jacob? Joining the crew, broing with the little chirpow Salt Bay. Appreciate you, my friend. This, believe it or not, this show is not about memberships. It's just It's not. If you're tuning in, you're like, is this just a show where people like sign up? That's odd. Can't send my, I don't know. I don't know, man. Honestly, the reality is, I don't know if you can't get them if you're a branded account, which I don't even know what that is, but I don't know. Sucks. Just sucks. I guess. I don't know. Low but spicy. Low but spicy is true. We're here to see it no matter where the bar is. Shout out to you, Terran. Terran Mirpuri. I appreciate that. What's up, Sprouksy, Crypto Surf, Steve O, my man, Minnie, coming in with the LFGs. Eli, Sharknado. Ooh, we do need a CZ meme. Where's Maggie? Maggie! Maggie's our resident artist. She's our memist. But we need Sailor, we need CZ. I think so. Your wife's V-shape. Whoa now. Whoa. Manjula and Gaussian channel is green. Bull run income. Let me finish up with Ethereum here really fast. So 1770, so I'm looking for downside for support if we continue to see a fall. However, I do have this arrow circled up here. We were hoping that would hold this support. I think it would be more bearish, actually, if we do move up to 1910-ish. I'd say as high as 1925, and then move down. I think that will actually be the more bearish move. I think the more bullish move is the push into the 17s, into a higher low, and then maybe you can start talking about a V-shape. I do think those of you out there saying V-shape recovery, well, I don't see it in my analysis right now. I don't see necessarily maybe, you know, money flow or where the volume weighted average profile is, or I'm not seeing on my oscillators really suggestive of that. What I will say is that with the gradient of this fall, especially on Ethereum, with the gradient of this fall, I mean, you have to have that to have a V-shape recovery. So I'd say we have 50% of a V-shape recovery. Unfortunately, a really sharp fall after a high also is a blow off, can also be a blow off top. Do I think this is a blow off top? No, not really. It doesn't look exaggerated enough to me, personally. If we look back to the previous highs that were rejected, they are more, these are more sharp. They're more V-shape, like the opposite of a V-shape recovery right here. Really good example. Large rally, corresponding dump. This is more of a rounded top. Not so sharp. Kind of like if I invert the chart. Sharp top. This is kind of rounded. Just a little bit different vibe from those. Doesn't mean that it has to play out differently or something. I don't know. It just doesn't quite look the same. We were talking about on a very low time frame for Bitcoin, maybe an inverse head and shoulders painting. Well, we also could say this could be a V-shaped recovery, or it could be a dong. A little weenie. No, a head and shoulders. We've established a neckline here with another test down here at 1850. And that's why I said probably the return to 1920, 1910, that would be less ideal, more bearish, is that would paint out a head and shoulders. And maybe that would send it down past 1770 into the 16s. Ooh. First super chat. I love that YouTube says that now.
What do you think of the possibility of the US debt default?
Possibility of the US debt default. Not going to happen. It's not going to happen. This happens every time. If you look, sorry, I'm getting like riled up. Thank you for the super chat, my friend. Thank you for your first super chat being here, JG. Appreciate you. This has been an issue in US politics. I want to say like every whatever amount of years, every like 6, 4, 8 years. It is relevant. Sorry, I'm Googling something because there's a chart I want to pull up. There's a chart I want to pull up that comes to mind. Let me see. Here we go. This is pretty good. No, Google, why do you make it so hard? And not in a good way. We're getting sidetracked, but that's what we do here on this ADD channel. So love it or hate it, I don't care. The left, here's how I feel. The left, here's one finger for you, and the right, here's one finger for you. This is the history of US debt and the debt ceiling. As you can see, but you can't see, let me zoom in. This is essentially always an issue. Always an issue. Both parties drive the debt up, then they blame the other party. We spend too much. Like this is like always going. It's always going on. We're always raising the ceiling. And honestly, I don't understand the point of it. Maybe I'm not the biggest traditional market guy. I'm sure there are people in this room that know more about this than me. But in my opinion, this is just like a song and dance between the parties. It's like both parties drive the debt up. That's like the nature of fiat money, right? It's the nature of credit. Why have a debt ceiling at all if you can go past it? It's not a debt ceiling. It's more of like an argument line. That's why I think it's just like a partisan thing. It's like an argument line. Every time it gets to it and the other party is in power, we yell at them or the other, whatever. But we can go past it, and then every time we just raise it. So what is the point at all? That's my thought. Chad, please. Like, give me the down low. Give me the info here. What am I missing? Because I would totally believe I'm missing something about this that's important. But to me, it seems like a game. It seems like a charade. Crypto Steve O, my man, responding, no. It's about trying to keep outrageous government spending in check. And that was, that's like what I think as well. But it doesn't. It literally doesn't. You can see on this graph, and I don't know if this one's even accurate, but every single version of this I've seen, it always goes above. So what is it doing? It's just an argument line. Especially if we're just going to move it. Someone said pump it. Did we pump it? Did anything pump? Don't get me excited. Don't get me excited like that. I was yelling about the debt ceiling. Oh, nice. A little kicker. A little kickoff there. Okay. All right. I'll take it. That's even what I was describing. I was like, wait, what did I say? It wasn't even a return to like the 0.5 or the 618. I was looking for this. Maybe I was just totally off. Let's yell about the debt. Let's yell about the debt here. I want to know. Like, I get it. Steve, you're totally spot on. Steve's smart dude. It's like trying to keep the spending in check. But we never do. So what's the point? And then we have this, oh no, the U.S. will default. No, it won't. Why? No, it won't default. It'll just raise the debt ceiling. Why have it at all? I just don't get it. I don't think it effectively checks government spending in any way. There we go. There's my thoughts. I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think it'll ever happen. I think other things will happen that will be more important than it before that ever happens. Let's see. I highly doubt this tiny little green candle has changed anything at all. But let's zoom out and take a peek quick. Selling off into that 15-minute close, unfortunately. On the 1 minute, this doesn't look too bad, though. It is the 1 minute. Here we go. Just place that there. Money flow did a little pop. Did pop and lock a little bit on the 1. There we go. Okay. 5 minute rolled over. We have higher highs here. VWAP's still not ideal, and it's right back at 0. I would love to see this just run. I just wasn't seeing it. I'm not getting my contextual clues that I typically look for. We didn't look at the 45 minute, which we always do. And maybe this was the one time that we didn't, and we should have. I do like this little gumdrop teaser into red money flow. Now VWAP pulling up. How many minutes do we have? 14 minutes on that. It actually does. So we'll go back to the 15 minute, which is obviously a factor of the 45. Over the next 14 minutes, a strong close. I will say, like, breaking our high that we just set. Which, ooh, nice little green. Breaking the high that we just set. That might. It might give us a little spring action here. I'm just like not excited about it though, because I don't really think that it's gonna do a significant. It just doesn't It's not really significant. Like short-term price action, maybe. Something like that. I think. Not seeing it on indicators, which is okay. You don't always see it on indicators. They're just a tool. But I do like this low. What I like about this low is that it hit, broke, and then got bought up. I'd feel better if it broke any kind of high. I mean, I guess it did right here, but we are so zoomed in that this is like almost incalculably small amounts of change, 0.19%. Wonder if volume kicked up or funding changed. That would be probably a first good step. Probably a good first step. Let's see. Looks like most markets are sell side. Fear and greed for crypto is down to 53. It was up a good bit higher. I wonder if that's going to become a good indicator again, actually. Real quick, I want to see what alerts went off since the last stream so I can make sure to cover those charts. And the answer is almost nothing. KLV triggered over the weekend. Just while we have a second, I didn't have a tight alert set to the upside. I will. Or I just did set one. This is what we were looking for originally. Let's look at the things that set off alerts over the weekend, which is very limited, so it won't take up a lot of time. KLV, I don't know what the alert was for. It was probably for this. What in the actual hell? What happened? What happened to this? Something got very goofy. Something got goofy with that long position, I guess. There's no way that was placed like that. No way. Like what? It's not, it's like not even at a support. It's like above it and then stops right at it. Something goofy happened. And you can even see like the same goofiness happened to this one. I don't know what it is. Sometimes TradingView has issues with like logarithmic versus regular when it comes to these long short positions. This is not nearly as interesting as I had hoped when I got the alert. Really just following the rest of the market. Boo, non-spice. It looks like it broke a trend line. Not the hottest. I guess next support down here, 004. Yeah, I don't know why I even had an alert. It seems like something weird happened to this chart in between. God knows when we looked at it last. Something we did want to look at, or I did want to look at, is the PEPE. The PEPE. The PEPE is still doing as the PEPE do. Nothing. I warned everyone of my opinion and my view on this last stream, I believe. And, I mean, look, nothing has really happened. It just retested its high. It's floating back down. I don't have much interest in alts when we are in such like a critical Bitcoin time. Like, kind of a deciding trend. Alts just don't, they just tend to follow. It just goes whatever direction the rest of the market goes. And so I don't usually find value in doing analysis on them specifically. It's kind of in the middle. Just floated up to the high. Now it's floating back down. Probably wouldn't be surprising. We first did TA on this when there wasn't nearly enough data to even pretend to. There still isn't enough data to even pretend to do it. But let's see. We can at least establish some kind of trend. There we go. Cool. Would not surprise me to see this just float in between. And then we get some kind of resolution. That timeline's looking like kind of May 1, end of April. I think we're going to see like a lower high, higher low scenario. I'm not excited at all by this coin. And just have no interest in it. It's just like a clear meme coin. If you want to know my thoughts, you got to watch the last stream. I go in depth as to... I think it was a fair review, but I go in depth. INJ also got an alert. So INJ is one that we did have a winner. We did have a nice little W here. I will warn you that we also flipped the position there, or at least in theory, with these little ideas. We looked to short 971 on stream. We said that's the resistance. And this was, I believe, earlier in April when it was still green. And everyone was like, ooh, look at the INJ. And I said, I don't like pooping on the party, but you had a run up and you're at resistance. Sure, it could keep going, but what I do on this channel through my analysis, or what I always preach, is at resistance, you typically look to short. At support is where you typically look for longs, not vice versa. Played out here. That was a solid take, actually. That's a 30% gain. Nice. It's a 30% W. I have these times all set up weird. 30% W on INJ right there. Placed live. Boom. 975 down to $7. It's not really back to anything super special, is it? Not yet. I remember when we did do this, I said the short makes sense to me, and I said you broke through $7, $6.92 really easily. You didn't really mess with it. You just went right through. So if the short plays out, the logical move would be to then look for a long at some point, right? And the logical place would be maybe the untested support, or really the ignored resistance. I do remember saying, though, because I see this is a 2-to-1 risk to reward, I don't usually place these on stream, is that the stop is going to be hard. It's going to be really hard. I don't know how much I like this trade. I don't like the 2 risk to reward in general. It's just not the way I trade. A lot of LARP traders. Dude, why is that working this way? Oh, because that's such a big move. A lot of LARP traders will do things like this. This is how, honestly, this is how you can like identify people who are LARPing on like TikTok or YouTube or whatever. And of course there are real traders that do this too, but like in general, this is the tool of the LARP, is to place, you'll see risk to reward ratio 1, and the the MVP of LARPers will have less than 1 risk to reward. This is how people run around saying, I have a 99% win rate. Yeah, dude, win rate in a bubble is a meaningless metric. It's a meaningless metric, win rate in a bubble. If you hear someone bragging about their win rate, they're probably LARPing. Like, they're probably live action role playing, meaning they don't know what they're talking about. They're just trying to convince you that they do. So watch this. I can give you a 100% win rate strategy. Are you ready? I'll make a million videos about it. Here's a 100% win rate strategy. Okay. There we go. -4 cents. So my stop loss is at -4 cents. And now I can really just place this take profit anywhere. And you see how my risk to reward is like 0, 0.1, 0.02. You will win this trade over and over and over and over and over again, right? But this trade doesn't make any sense. It's not logical. It's not like real. But this is the kind of tool that lots of shysters, and maybe they're even just people who don't, you know, just haven't been doing it that long and don't really understand what they're doing. This is how shysters get you, or brag about having a 1,000,000% win rate, is if your risk to reward is less than 1, you should be winning more than half your trades. If your risk to reward is 0.1, you should be winning 99% of your trades. Here's the problem, is that means you're breaking even. You can have a 99% win rate and break even. You can have a 10% win rate and profit. It's about the risk to reward versus the win rate. So win rate in a bubble is a red flag. Anyone who just talks about win rate, my win rate, I win all my trade. Yeah, dude, but what is your risk to reward? And I find a lot of the time they won't answer that, or they don't even know what that means. They're like, what? And I'm like, that's kind of what I expected, honestly. I didn't really expect you to have an answer for me, because like I see what you're doing. I just got on a tangent. A little spicy move unspiced itself rather quickly. Here we go on the 15. We have 4 minutes left. That 45-minute candle did not turn up the heat. Not yet. It could change. Our inverse head and shoulders-y type thing may still be in play here. Maybe it's a little bigger than we thought. Maybe this. See something like that. I don't know. Market just, honestly, to me, it looks sideways and down at the moment. If I were to do my bestest guesstists, I would say we likely see the low. We likely see this low break. Now, I don't mean right now or fast or quickly or satisfyingly, but I likely would expect just kind of sideways trading, a little touch, break, hit stops, do it again, move back up, and just run leveraged positions. Just run them, just savagely back and forth, hitting stops on shorts and longs, getting people out of leveraged positions, losing money, and then finally, when it looks like it's not going to do anything, then it's going to make its move. That's the vibe I'm getting today. That's actually the vibe that I had on Friday as well. It's like, this looks like it's kind of just going to do nothing, and that's pretty much what it did, actually. I guess this wasn't Friday. Yeah, Friday. Today's Monday. Math is hard. This is the vibe I had on Friday. I said sideways. Think the low is in for the day. I will say I was wrong. The low wasn't in for the day. We got a slightly lower wick, but for all intents and purposes, the low is in for the day. It is a little bit more volatile here, so we may see more movement. I wouldn't expect necessarily this, but I don't see today any real significant move. I would love to be wrong. I would absolutely adore to be wrong. But I'm not sure it's in the cards. I'm going to read the chat a little bit. I'm going to pull up Coingecko. Is there anything actually doing anything? Let's see. Is anything actually doing anything? BitGet token, I just refuse, guys. Just so you know, I just refuse to cover like exchange tokens. I won't do it. It's just BS. Like it's just there's no point of even looking at them, I think. If you want to trade them, go for it, but I don't. Litecoin's up 2.6%. All right. There's a lot of things that are very lightly up. There's probably more things that are down for the last 24 hours. Ouch. That's how you know the market's red. There is a total of 3 tokens in the top 100 that aren't red for the week. And one of them's BitTorrent. Like, all right. That's pretty gnarly. You do it by 7-day change at negative, and you see a plethora of double-digit losses in the top 100. I mean, that's pretty reflective of what's going on. And it's I said BTC greed and fear. No, not Apple. Ooh, you tricky little Apple store. Tricky little Apple store, bitch. Almost got me to click on you. Let's look at fear and greed. This was a really remarkable tool for a very long time, and then I think similar to everything. Once everyone's looking at something and everyone's trading something, that's when it stops working. But I think people have dismissed it enough, and now people don't look at it, that it could come back into play. So let's see. March 11th, was that the low? That was the low. That was right. I remember off the top of my head. That was right here. Boom. Right here at the low. We saw a low fear, or a high fear, low fear rating, whatever you want to call it. A rating of 33 down in fear. That was the bottom. At least locally. We had, on April 17th, a 69 fear and greed index. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. 69. Nice. On April 17th. Where was that? Interesting. It's not where I thought it would be. It's right here. That's interesting. We were the most greedy right here. Like, so the next day as it like went up and closed very bullishly, people got relatively less greedy. That's odd. I don't know. It does seem like, at least for now, when we see like a volatile move down, so it's 21st. No, I really can't draw any correlation. It's just like vaguely when it goes down, and when price goes up, it goes up. It used to be really good though. At one point, this was very tradable. Not so much anymore. Not so much anymore. Maybe it will come back. Maybe it won't. We are now neutral. Yesterday we were greed. Last week we were greed. Last month we were greed. We were fear or extreme fear like all of 22. And it did not give any bounces. Did not lead to bounces. You get any other alerts? Bitcoin, Ethereum. No. Been relatively chilling. Been relatively chilling, actually. I don't like this, to recap, though. I don't like this. This is not great. Not great. Could be rejecting off. It could have fallen back into the wedge, the megaphone. I don't think this will happen, honestly. But you go to the bottom of the megaphone, and you're looking at, like, the lows again. I have been saying it for a while, and I'll keep saying it. The way I see it, actually, I've been saying it since we like got here, is above the 200 week. I'm looking for upside. We said this about total. Below the 200 week, I'm looking for downside. So that's not that far away. 25.9 or 26K. Break below. Spend time there. I don't know. And you do have a realistic or a possible scenario where you retest your lows for the year. I just don't see the point of calling for it or expecting it above the 200 weekly. It just doesn't make sense to me. It just doesn't make sense to me. I'm sure we can find a wick that will fit really well. Maybe not. Kind of fits. I don't know, chat. I don't know. All I know is that I'm happy to be here. I'm happy that we have our fam here chilling on even not so spicy of a day. Nice 500-ish viewers. Bitcoin has barely moved all weekend. It's barely moved today. There was a little kind of spicy dump in the start, but now it seems to be just hanging out, moving sideways. I definitely like think we're gonna see our lows tapped again. I think they get tapped, it moves back up, and we just keep doing kind of this boring sideways dance. Honestly. Yeah, we had as high as 500 viewers earlier. Not bad. I really don't have much to say today. I really wanted to like show what I would like to do is just play the John Oliver, the entire video, and then just stop each segment and like give my comments, because there's a lot of stuff that I agree with, and then there's some things that I agree with but I think are conveyed in a way that doesn't reflect it accurately. One that comes to mind, as he said, remember, all cryptocurrencies are made by someone with a laptop. Essentially, it's like what he said was true, is they are all created by a person or by people. But the way it was put made it sound like they're all made the same way and they're all equal in that sense. And that is not true. Because he's correct. Like to make an ERC20 token like PEPE, you can just go sit on your laptop. You need to copy, paste it, make the token, boom. But then something like Bitcoin is proof of work network. You can't really you don't poof it into existence in the same fashion. So like they aren't all the same, but watch the thing. I would just watch it. It's worth a watch. He makes fun of all the people we hate, which is great, except for I don't think he touched on Gary Gensler because the episode is very much kind of like old news to us, but in a fun light, in a funny light. Makes fun of Randy Zuckerberg, yelling about how we're all going to make it, and Stephen Curry, Matt Damon, who single-handedly killed the bull market. Effing Matt Damon. Anyway, you guys should definitely jump in the Discord if you haven't. I think a fair shout-out to Crown Analysis, Fair Desk, Marketcipher, and Femex is in order. Pinned to the top is tomcrown.io. That is my little funnel, and it works really well on mobile devices. It looks okay on browser. Check it out. Let me know. Give me feedback on it if you look at it on a mobile. If you have any ideas on how it might look a little more visually attractive. And I think, guys, we're just going to drop the mic and be out. Love you guys. Killing it today. Thank you, Doyle McPoyle, my boyle. My take on what? Where is Matt Damon? He owes us answers. I wonder how Ben's court appearance went today. Was he there? I don't know. Ben is a personal friend of mine. Love Ben. Like, I love him. I am with you guys, or I was, I don't know. I did not like the content he used to make when I started making content. I didn't like his content. I'm with you. But I know him as a human, and he's a great human being. I don't know. I'm not here to defend him. He's a big boy. He can defend himself. I just wanted to say I understand people's complaints about him. I understand. I felt the same way when he was doing some things in the past. But I would challenge everyone to judge people by what they do. Judge people by what they do as an exponential average, though. Judge what they've done recently with more conviction than what they've done in the past. Because people grow and they change. And you don't have to believe me. Again, I'm not here to defend him. But I've seen him change, and I've seen his content change, and I've seen his behavior change. And he's a wild guy. He thrives on riling people up. He's a dog fighter. That's what he lives on. He loves the attention. That's what he is, man. He's an entertainer. He entertains, and he's hella good at it. Yeah. I don't know how you guys got me to rant about BitBoy at the end. But anyway, jump in the Discord. Jump in there. Thank you, Crypto Stevo. Like, if you haven't watched him in like 3 or 4 years, see the content they do now. It's not the same. It's different. And you don't even have to like it, right? You don't have to like it now. But like, at least don't just have a memory of what was 4 years ago and say that is who he is now and that's what he's doing now. But regardless, jump in the Discord, check out crownanalysis.com, tomcrown.io. You got all my links. Sign up using the links in the video description below. We'll do a giveaway next stream, so make sure to comment your Fair Desk user IDs as soon as I hit end stream in the comments. You have to sign up using my link, and we'll give away a little bit of dough on Wednesday. If it gets spicy, we'll go live again, but for now, that's a crown out. See you soon, fam.